Hello, welcome to Talking Trends on Oxford TV with me, Nkiruka Ibe, and you know how we do it. So I'm going to be starting with this story. Report has it that Nigeria's debt stock, which is 35.5 trillion naira, will rise to 42.7 trillion naira, following the Senate approval of the federal government's request of 16 billion United States dollars. You know, I always say United States dollars so that you can know the magnitude of the money. And 1.2 billion euros fresh loans. They should give us a stock of all the money they've borrowed, what they did with the money, and what we even have as a country that is our own, that is not borrowed, that is not foreign loans. Okay, let me take some of the comments. I think we should trend as hashtag don't borrow Buhari money. Another one says, Nigeria's biggest mistake was in 2015. We made a very big mistake. I don't know about that. Okay, this one says, I'm clueless, wondering what all these monies are being used for. You understand? He said he wants to put infrastructure in place. And he also made a comment that if infrastructure in the country is in place, Nigerians can take care of themselves. So looking at the bright side though, the Nigerian government has come out to say that they're going to be giving Nigerians transport allowance. And this is according to the Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, while she assured that the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration will pay Nigerians transport allowance after removing fuel subsidy. So in other words, well, if you're thinking about, you know, the President Muhammadu Buhari borrowing money and all of that, but let's also look at this other side. You know, they're going to remove fuel subsidy, and then we all will get a transport allowance. I mean, that's a good thing. So let me take some of the comments. Someone says, what caused the increase of pump price from 87 naira to 162 naira? Was it not the removal of subsidy? And another says, use the transport allowance to pay the subsidy. No one can trust this government. Somebody says, I thought you removed the subsidy of a thing. That is why we are buying petrol at high price when Jonathan left. Another one says, remove one scam, introduce another scam, from frying pan to fire. Okay. So another story I have here, we all know that President Muhammadu Buhari has been away for some time now, attending meetings, international meetings here and there. So he's currently in Glasgow, Scotland, and that's attending the COP26 Climate Change Summit. And according to him, he said Africa is being cheated, oppressed and lied to by rich nations. What is the irony in all of that?
What I'm trying to say. You
get it, you don't get it, forget about it. So he said, despite the fact that the African continent almost being non-emitters, stressing that it is responsible for a mere 5% of global emissions. So he's, fighting for us. Do you understand? He went ahead to remind the developed countries of the pledge to provide at least $100 billion yearly to developing countries. President Buhari said Africa has had enough of the talk from rich nations, saying it is high time they walked their talk. Continue. Please, can somebody tell me who else needs to also walk their talk and talk their walk? If you know, you know. If you get it, you get it. You don't get it, forget about it. Let me take some of the comments. Someone here says, and the money will be looted by African leaders. Oh shit. Another person says, all this one are to remind them, say they promise us $100 billion yearly. Now to cash out be your wahala, oga. No be climate change, you meant. No be climate change. All he wants to do there is to borrow money for his lifestyle, a man with no integrity. Moving on and moving away from that, I don't want to take other comments. Federal government has stated that it plans to use the mandatory National Identification Number (NIN) to identify and monitor internet users in Nigeria. The minister said Nigeria has joined the global community by making use of national identification numbers for both citizens and legal residents mandatory, and this is going to be the foundation of the nation's economy and security, such that whoever happens to go online, his identity will be known by the federal government and also by Nigerian security institutions. So, other countries, you have something they call social security number. That is what is used to track some people. I mean, if you commit a crime somewhere and then your social security number can be used to track you down. In those countries, I'm not sure they use it to track people's usage on the internet. So why is Nigerians' own different? We're going to be using NIN to track people's internet usage. Really? Wow. Well, I don't have an opinion, remember. So let me take some of the comments. Someone says, and it won't make the identity of bandits and Boko Haram known to FG. I think they're also working on that, you know. Someone here says misplaced priority. Well, it's not misplaced priority though, if they're using it to track criminality, crime and criminality in the country, and not to use it to fast track people's internet usage. Someone else here says, how about bandits and kidnappers? I hope they can also use NIN to track them. I hope so too. So another story I have here, it's about the Nigerian police. The Deputy Commissioner of Police, DCP Basi Ewa, on Wednesday warned Nigerians, he has warned us, that we should not on any account give any policeman our phones to check without a warrant. So if any policeman stops you at the police checkpoint at any time of the day, any point at all, and says, I want to search your phone, tell him to provide a warrant. And then the Nigerian police, whoever that person is, has to provide a warrant before they can check your phone. Maybe this Nigerian police, maybe it's a different Nigerian police they're talking about too. So let me take some of the comments. Someone says, it's sweet say online, your men they threaten us with gun and brain resetting slap. The AK-47 they carry around is their warrant. Before you hear accidental discharge. So please, let's, you know, they can say it, you know, say it in the news and then, but that's not what is happening in real life. Okay, someone says, stop telling us not to give them, instead stop them from searching people's phones. Do you understand? So it's not for you to tell us that we shouldn't give them our phones to search, but instruct your men out there not to search people's phones without a warrant. I mean, that's the right thing to do, because you're not always there with us on the streets, you know, wherever we go to. And then again, in the sidelines of that, there's now a video that surfaced on social media of a police harassment. They were harassing a guy to search his phone. And this like a day after this whole, you know, information came to the public. And then we still see a video of some policemen harassing someone. Let's even look at the video. So DCP, this is what happens on the streets, on the roads, which you're not on the streets, so you won't understand what happens. So these are the kinds of things that happens that needs to be addressed, because 2020 rather, we remember what happened, and then this is 2021, and such things still happen every day. So let's take note. So we all recall that on Monday, Federal High Court in Abuja sentenced the former chairman of the Nigerian Pensions Commission, Abdul Rashid Amina, to 61 years imprisonment for stealing and allegedly stealing. It's still allegedly, because he has been found guilty, so it's no longer allegedly, for stealing 2 billion naira belonging to pensioners that he was supposed to use to pay pensioners in Nigeria. I mean, people like my father even died without getting their pensions, and some of us, our parents, have even served and died without getting their pensions. And then one person was sitting comfortably somewhere looting this money up to the tune of 2 billion naira. So he was sentenced on Monday. And it's not even the sentencing that is the problem, because according to reports, he's been serving it since 2019, because the case came up in 2019, and then he served it's 61 years, but he's going to work concurrently for 8 years. I don't know how they calculate that. I think at some point we'll learn how they calculate all of that. So he served for 2 years, his remaining 4 years. But the story here is the way he was escorted out of court on Monday. I mean, I'm beginning to wonder, isn't he a criminal? Because he's supposed to be in cuffs But he wasn't in cuffs. He was even leaning on somebody's body. And then, well, I don't understand. So let's even look at this video to go to jail. He was greeting people. He was smiling. There was no remorse whatsoever. I'm like seriously? And this is someone who they said is a criminal. He was convicted. He was going to jail. So the social media has been buzzing off because of this particular story. But another twist to it again is another picture has also surfaced online of where he's being kept. It's an air condition, a criminal. He's supposed to be serving a jail time. His prison room has air condition. It's well air conditioned. You can see the picture, right? So, well, let me take some of the comments. Someone says, how would 61 years be 8 years? Don't understand. So someone else now tutored us because me, I didn't even understand. So someone now said, the explanation here is this. In every case brought against someone, you have different counts. The counts could be 15 or 20. Now the judge can find you guilty on all the counts. Each count can be 6 years. For example, 6 times 15, which is equal to 90. The judge will now pronounce that the sentencing will run concurrently, meaning that instead of you serving for 90 years, you will now serve for 6 years. I still don't understand. But if you understand, you get it, you don't get it, let's forget about it. Let's move on. Another one here says he has made for himself and family a whooping 2.1 billion naira with 8 years imprisonment. The singular reason stealing public fund won't stop anytime soon, and that is true. Because at some point now we're not going to hear that, okay, oh, he slumped and he collapsed and then he's being flown abroad for medical checkup. We know how the story goes in Nigeria. I did not say that too. I'm just saying though. Okay, someone else says the long and short of this grammar is that the man will be spending that just less than 6 years in jail for stealing 2.1 billion naira. Oh yes, that's the long and short of it. Anyhow you want to describe it, or you can describe it, or the short and the long and the short. All right, so let's take another story here. So this is about an auntie. This is happening in the United Kingdom now. An auntie went to a shop, an eatery. I don't know what ensued. She had an altercation with a girl of about 15 years old, and she said the girl is old enough to be her daughter. And then one thing led to another. There was some gazebos. This auntie was shouting at this little girl and even went as far as hitting her. So the story here now is that police was involved and the woman was arrested for assaulting the little girl, even though they had a back and forth verbal altercation between the two of them. So the woman was arrested and the rest is history. So the question here is, before the question, let's even play the video and show you what happened. We don't really, there's a background story, but we don't know what the background story is. Whoever recorded the video started recording when the woman said, you're old enough to be my daughter. So let's look at the video.
You're older than my daughter. Do you hear me? This is how you behave outside.
Stop shouting in my face.
Shut up! Don't ever tell me. Don't ever tell me. You don't shout me.
What the hell? I won't you won't beat me, you won't touch, you don't try my face. I don't know you. What the hell?
Look at you.
Look at you, I don't know you. Yeah, come on, come like girl. And what? She look like an actress. She look like an actress. What the hell? I don't know you're not my parent. Why would I respect you? What the hell? You can't see you see. Stop talking in my face. What the hell? I'm like a damn fool. What do you mean in my face?
You're calling me a fool?
Yes!
You can't ever call me a fool again in your life.
What the hell? What the hell?
So we've seen the video, you know, and I know that yes, you don't go about raising your hands on people or touching people or beating people whatsoever, no matter what the case may be. This is in a public place. You don't do that. But then again, looking at it from this other side, the little girl was rude. Yes, she was rude. And remember, there's also a saying that it takes a village to train a child. I think we also flung that into the bush because a lot of people were blaming the auntie for, you know, beating the girl, saying you're in a public place, especially abroad where you don't hit kids. So you should have known. But even that abroad that we will talk about, there's still that saying also applies there. Like it takes a village to raise a kid. So if it's in Africa and your kid is outside and misbehaving, another mother can actually caution her. But the part I don't understand is where she had to go ahead and beat the little girl, and I mean the auntie was put to shame. Now police has been involved in it. So, but I think the girl was rude in all ramification because she said something. She said, I don't know you, you're not my family, how can I respect you? I can't respect you. Because even from her mouth, you even know that even in her house she does not even have respect. Yes. So although the auntie went overboard, but the little girl has no respect. I don't know if this is my own opinion though. Yeah, this is my own opinion and I'm standing by it. The little girl had no respect. The auntie had no right whatsoever to lay a finger on her. But if we're looking at it saying it takes a village to raise a kid. So let me take some of the comments. Someone says elderly people should also respect young people. They're always claiming rights and bullying young people with their age. Keep your hands to yourself, and when you compare her to your daughter, remember she's not your daughter. Yes, true. Another one says the hardest part of this business is minding your own. Auntie, what if small pikin beat you? What will you tell your ancestors? Another one here says when my village people know mind their business. Let's keep it moving. Keep your hands to yourself, people, especially when you're in the abroad. Police will arrest you. Okay, so another story I have here, back in Nigeria now. You know, like yesterday, Thursday, there was a very heavy torrential rainfall all over Lagos. I mean, everywhere was flooded. So in Port Harcourt, we saw some pictures and some videos of some Port Harcourt youths using nets, casting their nets in the flood, you know, saying they want to catch fish. And we know how it is when it rains in Nigeria. And in Lagos, the rain was heavy yesterday, so we even made a video of how, you know, everyone was flooded because we are out on the streets when it was raining. So we made a video. Let's even show you this video. See, blocked drainage is causing havoc on the road. I'm not sure it's the government that's dropping this drainage. So these are Lagosians. So the drainages are filled up because of waste. We can say the government can do more, yeah, but we too, we can do more. Let's try as much as possible to decongest our drainages. These are people's houses, and you can see, everywhere is filled up. So this is what happens when it rains, and reason being that the drainages are blocked. And there's so much the government can do. There's also so much we as citizens can do. You can't sweep dirt from your house and come and dump it into a drainage, into a gutter, whatever, and then expect rain not to fall and then expect the drainage not to get filled up. Come on now, it will be filled up. The government made these drainages. Yes, we can say, okay, yes, we don't have maintenance culture in Nigeria. But then again, we the citizens, what are we doing? If you and I can, you know, when you drink a bottle of water, you dispose it properly. So let's be guided. I mean, we can help ourselves though, really. We can really help ourselves. It's not the government. The government cannot do everything. Every time government, they cannot do everything for us. So let me take some of the comments. Someone says, when life gives you flood, catch some fishes. Another one says, it's not called River State for nothing, you know. This one here says, it's all water here in Lagos too. Yes, the rain yesterday on Thursday was crazy. Okay, so I have another story here. Tonto Dikeh, you know the actress Tonto Dikeh, she has learned her lesson after her relationship saga with her last boyfriend Prince Gbogri went haywire. She has now tutored someone who went into her DM and says, be like say Tonto they enter my eyes now. And Tonto came out and replied the person and said, Oga, listen, oh, I know they give my money or car again, oh. I just say make I tell you now. If I enter your eye, I beg home money. Now wait till they find now. I don't stop Indian love. So someone says boxers and Tony Montana powder. So that's what she's saying now, that she'll be giving to you. Someone here says she don't learn. We hope. Another one says her love is no longer blind, it's wicked. So there's this little girl, I came across her video. I mean, she's so talented. Her name is Nena J. She's talented. She has a very beautiful singing voice. She also plays the piano. I mean, I went through her page and like, what an amazing little girl. And she's just 11 years old. She gave I don't even know what to say, but let's listen to her sing. So you've heard a little sweet voice. I mean, it's amazing. It's an awesome voice, and I hope the whole world can see this, and she needs to go viral. Nana J, well done, girl. Well done. You're doing great. You're doing amazing. And would also hope to hear something very original from you very soon. So keep it up, and kudos to you, girl. I want to share something with us, something very brief. So if you have the opportunity, or whenever you have the opportunity to show love to someone, do not hesitate. Do not shy away from it. Do not say, I will do it tomorrow. Do not say, I will do it next tomorrow. Do not say, I'm planning ahead. You don't plan ahead. You don't, I mean, when you, people who are around you, every moment with them counts. So show love to someone today. Show love everywhere. I mean, let's spread love. That's the much you can do for humanity. So when you get the opportunity to do that, do not hesitate. So thank you to our 2K plus subscribers. I mean, you guys are the real MVPs. So thank you so much. And in case you haven't subscribed, please do well to subscribe. I am begging, do well to subscribe. I mean, without you, we can't be doing this. We're doing this for you. So subscribe, share, like, and leave us a comment. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that whenever we post something, you're the first to see it. So thank you so much, guys, and thank you, guys, and that's all we have for you for this week. Like I always say, take it down, take a chill pill, take a drink. Yes, whatever makes your ship sail on the weekend. I mean, it's the weekend. Take it down. So guys, cheers to the weekend. Bye.